Mr. Lambton, passenger on TWA 717 to New York. Please come to the information desk.
Sorry.
Sorry.
My God, Johnny.
Hello, Joe.
Well, you're looking...
Fit is what you used to say, remember?
Oh, I remember all right. How the hell do you know I was here?
Well, I didn't. I just got off a plane from Los Angeles.
But the call for me.
Well, that wasn't me. I just heard your name.
Oh.
It's not very considerate of you to be leaving the country just as I arrived.
How the hell did I know you were coming back?
Well, didn't you get the invitation to my party? I sent you one from the States.
Oh, it's probably at home. I haven't been there for a couple of days. You have a call from Mr. Lambton? Anyway, what brought you back? Did you run out of world? Yes, Lambton here. It better be important. I don't expect you to call me here to ask me to bring back a stick of New York rock. I see. No, you were quite right to call me. Cable Mr. Soames in New York. Tell him to keep things ticking over till I get there. Yeah, he'll know what I mean. Did you check the planes to Leeds? No, don't. It's all right, I'll drive. No, there's nothing else you can do for me. Yes, there is. Book me a room at Great Eastern.
I must say I've had bigger welcomes.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I'll get in touch, I promise.
And we'll have dinner or something, yes?
She tried to hang on till you got here. I could tell. But in the end, she was just too weak. She was as good as a mother to you. No lad never had one better.
Did she have to suffer much?
Oh, she went peaceful enough. Oh, well, she's got her rest now.
Aye.
She'd been missed round here, you know. I'll miss her. We've been neighbours all as lions.
If I had known sooner, an hour, even 3/4, I could have been there.
We did us best, you know.
I don't mean you, love.
There was no answer on the telephone at your house in London.
My wife's away.
As soon as the doctor said she weren't to be with us much longer, I went straight round to Tom Crossley's at corner shop. He's on telephone.
I know you did your best, Sarah.
But what could we do? It was the only number your auntie had. And when there was no answer, well, we just didn't know what to do for best.
Aye, he must have had a bit of a job on, to be sure.
I don't know how long Tom Crossley was on that telephone before he got your work number from somewhere.
It was good of him.
Oh, he thought the world of your Auntie Emily. Tom did. Well, all on us did.
No more than me, Sarah.
Oh, that goes without saying. You'd have thought you were her own, not her sister's lad. She never saw you short of out, did she?
She's the only mother I really knew.
She put some hours in, that weaving shed. Me and her both.
I wanted to buy one of them bungalows, the new ones, you know, down at bottom.
Oh, she were glad for the asking. I went with her one day to have a look. She said they weren't homely.
Nothing can get her to shift from this place.
But she liked to be among people she knew, having no family like left up here. Oh. She treasured this picture of your young'uns. She were always talking about him. Let's see, your lad'll be about 12 now. Or would he be 13?
16.
Is it so long since you were last up? Of course it will be, won't it?
It's 4 years.
Mind you, she were always saying as how you were getting on well at your job, and how it were hard for you to get away from it.
Aye.
You'll be ready for a brew, I expect. I'll go and put the kettle on.
No thanks, Sarah.
And you'll feel like one in a bit.
Did she say anything else, my mother, before she...
She said I were to give you this. All her personal things are in there. And her burial club card. She paid to it every week.
Christ.
But none of us want to be buried on parish, do we? You'll be calling on Annie Hopkinson tonight, I suppose.
On who, love?
Well, you remember Annie Hopkinson, number 25, does all the laying out round here, always has done. Oh, she does a lovely job of it. Are you all right? Have you come over bad?
Oh, all right.
I wonder where the book is. They'll want her co-op number, you know.
227.
Any better?
Yes, thanks.
You'll be short of a bit of summat to eat, that's what it'll be. Now then, I'm had to make you something.
I couldn't face anything just now, Sarah, thanks, Ols.
Oh, well then I'll get your bed made up.
No, there's no need.
You're stopping, aren't you?
I've booked in a hotel in Leeds.
Oh. I'd best stop the night here myself, then.
Thanks. Oh, here's the phone number in case anything crops up.
I'm gonna miss her, Joe. I'm gonna miss her, I know it. We were such good company for each other. And now... I won't be home.
You'll be all right, love.
Don't bother with scotch, Joe. I brought champagne.
How in Christ's name did you get in here?
Well, I thought one hotel room's as good as another. Besides, I hadn't quite run out of world. Leeds, I thought. That must be the end of it.
You really are a spoilt car, aren't you?
What's the matter, Joe? What have I done?
How the hell did you get in here anyway? Oh, don't tell me. Money. Opens all doors for you, doesn't it? What's the going price for mine then? A fiver and a promise?
What is it? What's happened?
Nothing of any importance to you at all. Don't worry. It's an insignificant event. My mum died tonight, that's all.
Your mother died?
Woman I used to call me mum.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I'm terribly sorry.
Are you?
Well, how was I to know? You didn't say anything at the air terminal.
Well, it's none of your business. Nobody's bloody business. Look at this. 70 years on this lousy earth. This is all she had to show for it. Go on, look at it. Look, see that? Kept that all these years. I bought her that. On my first outing to the seaside. 30 raggedy-ass kids forced to sing Jesus Wants Me for the Sunbeam all the way there.
Can I see it?
Now go easy with that. That's an exclusive bit of jewellery. Can't get that at Tiffany's in New York. You have to go to Woolworths in Scarborough for that.
I'll get you a drink.
Hey, look at this. She left me the house in her will. The 2 up and 2 down in Albert Street, Worley. Already a stinking slum when she took me in there. Hey, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't you and me go and live there? Over at Brush. On a clear day you can see Enthorne Shoddy Yard. Every bloody day you can smell it.
Drink this.
Ah, never mind, Mum. Soon your Joe will be able to buy whole streets of slum houses just like any other rich git. Didn't tell you I was branching out, did I?
Your trip to New York?
I've been working on it for weeks. Merger with an American outfit, Howard Wrangler and Associates. If it comes off, I'll be the king of the mitten in my line.
I've never heard of him. He's big, is he?
Well, he's not exactly the corner shop.
So it's going to be Wrangler, Lambton and Soames.
Not bloody likely it'll be Wrangler and Lambton. Come to think of it, it might even be Lambton and Wrangler.
Oh, what about Teddy Soames? He's still your partner, isn't he?
Of course he is, but if this deal comes off, Teddy Boy's due for an early retirement.
Does he know?
No, of course he doesn't. Otherwise he wouldn't be in New York keeping the deal warm for me, would he? I'm doing him a favour. In this new setup, he wouldn't know if he's on his arse or his elbow. If I don't give him the chop, the pressure will kill him.
But you can't just kick him out.
No, buy him out. I've got bloody principles, you know.
Not often. Shall I put these away?
Not yet.
Does Susan know yet?
About tonight? No. She's with the in-laws. They've taken the kids to the south of France.
When's she coming back?
I don't know. Every time she feels like it.
Well, they're very close, Susan and...
And my mum?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Very close. Though Susan didn't know about it at the time.
How do you mean?
Susan's dad owns the mill where my mum sweated her guts out.
Now, dump that heavy bag of yours by your bed, Susan. Why, it were heavy. You must have bought up half the frock shops in Nice.
Thank you, Daddy.
It doesn't look as though your Joe spent much time at home before gallivanting off to America.
He went on business.
You should have gone up home, love, with your mother and children.
No. I wanted to be here when Joe got back. One of them was States.
Somewhat up, love?
No. It's from Johnny Devon.
I know that name. Isn't that flighty piece of a married woman your Joe had some truck with once over?
You've got a very suspicious mind, Daddy.
Have I? In that case, why are you looking so worried?
Oh. It's an invitation to a return to London party.
Oh, aye.
It's to both of us.
And will you be going?
No. I don't think there's any need for Joe to know that Mrs. Devon's back in London.
That's me and her together, look. I'll be about 6 or 7 then. Neighbour took that on the front doorstep. My God, she were a funny-looking woman when she were young. Oh, if only I got there sooner.
Well, I could do her a good turn.
Aye, I reckon she could do 'em for you and all, if you should ever get that bloody lucky. I reckon after a night with her, you'll go up with blinds.
She by herself?
They never bloody are they?
Where's him that's with her?
He's the one what's driving that flash motor outside.
I didn't think he'd be driving Brewery Day wagon, not with her at cab.
He's next door at Twop Undertakers.
I'm not bloody surprised. What a way to go.
No, well, he's not gone yet. This is him now coming.
Large scotch, please, and another one of those. Well, I'm glad that's over. Funeral's next Wednesday. Do you know what he asked me? How much do you want to spend?
Can we go now?
I just ordered some drinks.
Well, yes, but I'd
Ah,
rather...
no, but I've got to wait here for a phone call from New York.
Here?
I couldn't get Teddy this morning from the hotel, so I arranged for them to put it through here at 12:30. I'll tell you one thing. This will be the first call the Craven Heifer's ever had from Madison Avenue.
The Craven Heifer? Is that what this place is called?
Aye, the Craven Heifer. Do you know what the locals call it? The shit-scared cow.
Double scotch, 1 gin and tonic.
Thank you.
Hello? Yes? From where? Some bloody joker on here. Cracking on to be a Yank. Reckons it's from New
Well,
York.
that'll be for me.
Eh?
I said that call will be for me.
What? From New York?
Aye,
Oh, you better come in and see to it then.
thank you. Thanks. Hello, yes. Joe Lampton here. Yes, I'll hold on.
It's President Nixon on the hotline, eh?
Hello? Is that you, Joe?
Yes, Teddy.
I'm sorry to hear about your auntie, Joe.
Thanks, Teddy. Well, how's it going with Wrangler?
Fine. He's about ready to make a deal.
Good.
There's something I've got to tell you, though, Joe.
What's that?
Wrangler wants to make a deal with me only.
You say that again.
He wants you out. He wants me to buy you out.
Are you pissed or something?
I know exactly what I'm doing, Joe. I'll be cabling you an offer for your share of the business.
Look, I'll see you when you get back to London. Did you hear that? I'll see you back in London. We'll see who's running this bloody firm.
Having trouble?
Oh, show off. Thank you.
What's wrong?
I'm being carved up, that's what. Wrangler and that slimy sod Teddy Soames, they're trying to buy me out.
And you thought you were going
Never
to...
mind what I thought, they've got another bloody thing coming.
Hey, you don't know me, do you? Big spit now, aren't you? Fancy car, fancy piece. Oh, I know thee, but that doesn't know me, does it?
Of course I know you. I knew you when the rags of your breeches were beating your brains out. If you ask me, they did a bloody good job.
Oh, aye. Come easy into brass, didn't you? But boss's daughter up spout got the gaffer's job, aye, and I was one of the first who took the notion to lay off.
Oh, well, now you can take the notion to sod off.
When I've had me say. Yours not the tart you wed. She'll be one of your high-priced London fancy bits, will she?
Have you done? If I were you, I'd hold on to that pint. You might need it to swill your teeth down with.
You were happy enough for a pint of ale once over. And not slate, if I remember. Now I suppose it's all bloody champagne.
Oh, no, not all the time. Sometimes I get homesick for this place and I pop into Claridge's and order a brown ale in a sweaty clog.
Homesick for Wally?
Aye, of course. I mean, I could have been like him, couldn't I? Council house full of kids. Splashed me wages up against the wall on Friday night and looked forward to the highlight of the year, the Rugby League final at Wembley. You know, sometimes I think to turn me back on this place, I must be a fool to miss sen.
Didn't stop you turning your back on old Auntie Emily, though, did it?
You are?
Aye, she had been on a deathbed before you bother your ass to come up and see her.
I'll sling your rook while you can still walk.
Well, don't come here cracking on to grief for her now she's dead. You never give a bugger for her while she were alive.
Well, they do a good meal at that place, don't they?
Yes, Daddy, thank you. Thanks for taking me.
Oh, it were a pleasure. I know your Joe doesn't take you out so much.
He's coming back tonight.
What, from New York?
No, he didn't go to New York. He phoned while we were out, left a message with Mrs. Morris. Apparently he had to go up north for some reason.
Up north? I wonder what for. I bet it weren't to see Featherstone Rovers versus Bradford Northern.
Well, we'll find out when he gets back.
Well, I won't, because I won't be here. And think on, Susan. If there's any shenanigans with that married piece, kick him into touch right away or give me a ring. I'll do it for you. Right out bloody stands.
I can handle Joe, Daddy.
Can you?
In my own way.
You'll be seeing George now you're back.
It would rather complicate divorce proceedings.
And it come to one almighty bust-up.
George isn't the type. In the end, our marriage sort of just petered out. He bored me.
Beats me why you married him in the first place.
Will Susan be expecting you home?
Glad you came to Leeds, Johnny.
I'd never have known it.
Just like you, that. Taking off on some balmy impulse. I don't know what I'd have done the last 24 hours without you. You know, I don't know if it was being in them surroundings or what, but it reminded me of someone I used to know up there once.
Oh?
Long time ago.
What happened?
She was killed. Car crash. driving like crazy out of town. Night I told her I was marrying Susan. What about tomorrow then? What about lunch?
Oh, sorry, Joe, I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Well, I've only just got back. I've got a lot of people to see.
What people?
Oh, well, if you must know, I've already got a lunch date tomorrow.
Who with?
A man I met in America.
What bloody man?
Just somebody I met.
Just a casual meeting like that's why I chased you across the Atlantic.
He's English. His home's in London.
Go on.
But do you want a full description? Well, his name's Charles Knowsley, 6 foot, brown eyes, distinguishing mark, arrow wound, left buttock.
Oh, well, if I come across him, you can add another distinguishing mark. My boot print, right buttock.
Very funny.
Was that your first score in a triumphant return? How'd you keep count? Cut notches in your knickers.
You'd better go. I thought you'd taken it all out on the man in the pub. You're not going to take it out on me, Joe.
Susan, are you home?
Hello, darling.
Hello, love. Nice holiday?
It'd be nice if you'd been there.
I've missed you. What do you think of the suntan?
Oh, aye, yes, very nice.
Why didn't you go to New York?
Well, if you must know, while you were all away sunning yourselves on the Riviera, my mum died in Yorkshire. Died last night. Oh, aye. Something else you missed. That bastard Teddy Soames is trying to put me out of business. Is this all the mail, Susan?
Yeah. Why, are you expecting something in particular? Hello? Who did you say? It's Johnny Devon.
Johnny Devon? I thought she was in the States.
Hello, Susan. How nice to speak to you again.
We thought you were in America.
Oh, I've just got back. Didn't you get my invitation?
No. What invitation was that?
To a little return home party I'm throwing on Wednesday. I'd love you and Joe to be there. How is Joe?
Well, he's all right. Actually, he's a bit upset. He's had a bereavement.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that.
It probably means we won't be able to come to the party.
Oh, yes. I quite understand. Is Joe there? I'd love to say hello to him for a moment after all this time.
Well,
Just a quick hello, Susan.
she wants to speak to you.
To me? Thank you, love. Hello, Johnny. Well, what a surprise. What have you been doing all this time?
Thinking rather a lot about last night. And hoping you'll still try and make it to the party.
No sign of an invitation. It's strange, that. Well, it's very good of you to go to the trouble of phoning up.
Try and make it. Bye, Joe.
Yes. Yes, bye, Johnny. Funny we never got that invitation, isn't it?
We wouldn't have been able to go anyway.
Oh, what makes you so sure?
It's Wednesday. It's the day of the funeral.
Funeral's in the morning, the party's at night.
You couldn't do that.
Listen, Susan, what difference does it make? You bet your life if Johnny Devon's throwing a party, there'll be half a dozen people there useful to me in the business. Wade Teddy Soames is trying to chop me down. I might need him.
Right, it's not respectful.
Respectful? I'm talking about bloody survival. No one would understand that better than me mum.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Mr. Lambton. I thought you'd better know. We've just received a cable from Mr. Soames.
What does it say?
Oh, I haven't opened it.
Well, do.
Yes, Mr. Lambton. It says, last offer final, stop. Accept or face consequences, stop. Teddy Soames.
That bloody brass neck of him.
What's that, sir?
Look, get a reply off right away. Got the address, haven't you? You ready? Right, the message reads, up yours, partner, signed Joe Lambton.
Are you sure the post office will accept a message like that, sir?
Well, if they don't, we'll have to change it, won't we? Make it read, get knotted. In fact, change it anyway, it's shorter. He's not worth the extra 1 and 5p. Well, lad, you'd best be going now, Sarah. Thanks again for everything you've done.
I expect this is the last time we'll be seeing of you, Joe.
No, I'll be up, you know.
It were a nice funeral. Small, but nice.
Aye.
Street did her proud.
They did that.
Pity your wife couldn't have been at the cemetery.
Oh, well, Susan's what they call touring, you know. There was no way of knowing where she was going to be next.
It'll come as a shock, won't it, when she gets home?
I suppose it will. Look, Sarah, if there's aught you want, you know where to find me, don't you?
I suppose one of your solicitor fellas will be taking care of everything here, like.
Aye, one of my solicitor fellas. Well, I'd better be making tracks. Bye, Sarah.
Goodbye, Joe. Joe! Let me kiss thee, lad.
I've decided I like being back in London. How about you, John?
Yes, Charles, I do. Mind you, it's the people you're with who make a place, isn't it?
Yes, I think so too. Remember what you said in Los Angeles?
Oh, I said a lot of things in Los Angeles.
You said maybe when you got back to London you'd feel like settling down here.
I said maybe.
Well, you are back in London now.
Still saying maybe. Excuse me, Charles. Susan. Susan, how lovely to see you.
And you, Johnny?
Where's Joe?
He had to go up north. He'll be back shortly.
Oh, yes, of course. He is coming along later.
Oh, yes. I don't think anything will keep him away.
Well, come along and I'll introduce you to a few friends.
Have you named Johnny Long?
Yes.
She's a marvellous girl, don't you think?
Charles looking after you, all right?
Yes, splendidly, thank you.
Can I get you a drink?
Oh, yes. You didn't go up to Yorkshire with Joe, then?
To the funeral?
To the funeral?
No. Preferred to go on his own.
I see.
Well, he felt her death very personally. As if no one was capable of sharing it with him.
I can imagine.
Can you?
I think so. Joe! How lovely.
Hello, Johnny.
Come and sit down.
Surprised to see. Hello, Susan.
Hi, darling.
Are you okay?
All right.
I wish I could have been with you. Now sit down with Susan and I'll get you a drink. I know, scotch.
Oh, anything that's going.
How'd you like the new flat?
Oh, it's great. All right. Co-op did her proud.
Did my flowers arrive?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
And Sarah, is she all right?
All right.
You should let me come with you.
Well, you know, love, it wasn't your sort to do.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
I mean that if you really looked at me for once, you'd see I'm not the sort of person you think I am.
There you are, Johnny. I brought you a drink.
Go on, thank you, Charles.
Oh, come on, Johnny. It's your party. Have another.
She said she got one, cloth ears.
Oh, Charles, this is Joe Lambton. Joe, this is Charles Knowsley. Charles is in merchant banking. Joe's a management consultant, Charles.
He might do with managing his manners a little better.
Right now, I'm trying to manage my temper.
I will have that drink. Thank you, Charles. I'll have a dance with you in a moment.
Thank you, Johnny. I'll see you in a moment.
Okay.
Oh, but, Lambton, I'd enjoy your whiskey while you can, if I were you. From what I hear, you'll soon have very little to celebrate.
I'll get it right in your big gob in a minute. Now what the hell are you on about?
Well, Johnny, where did you find it?
Well, I'll find you in a minute, upside down in a bloody dustbin.
Oh, no, my friend. That unsalubrious position has been reserved for you by Mr. Hard Wrangler.
What?
He is Lambton and Soames, isn't he?
Yes.
And your firm has plans to merge with Hard Wrangler's company?
Well, how do you know?
An American friend told me in New York. Where you could stop laughing, that is.
Oh, I see. Well, if it's all that bloody funny, I wouldn't like to share the joke.
You don't seem to see the point, my ill-mannered friend. You are the joke.
Oh, Charles, stop talking in riddles. What are you driving at?
Only that ingenious Joe here has been served the proverbial pup. The Wrangler organization has just put through a big deal which will mean they'll go bankrupt in America inside a month. They knew this was coming, of course. For weeks, Wrangler himself has been looking for a funk hole. Your smart friend here has just provided him with a very nice one in London.
Oh, no, he hasn't.
I heard you were the sucker, dear boy.
I want to make a call in private.
Well,
Now, Johnny, now.
in here, then.
Now, lock the door. I don't want any of your boozed-up guests barging in the middle of this.
How could a girl say no?
way I've been thinking, Teddy. There'd be no point in continuing a partnership.
I'm glad you're beginning to see it my way.
Oh, you're quite right. I mean, after all, I'd never know when you were trying to carve me up, would I? But you'll have to go a lot higher than that.
Already gone to my limit.
Oh, come on now, tap your mate Wrangler. He'll lend you a few thousand.
Perhaps I could make it another 1,000.
What's that, Teddy? It's a very bad line. I can't hear. You'll have to speak a lot louder than that.
All right. I'll up the offer by 2,000 more. And that's as high as I can possibly go.
Right, done. Now see that the money's transferred to my account first thing in the morning, before I change my mind.
You are a bastard, Joe. You're just about to ruin Teddy Soames.
Oh, no, I'm not. He's ruined himself. He got too greedy. I never could stand people like that.
Well, if some of my friends in the city could see your tactics, I don't know what they'd do.
Oh, I do. They'd club me with their rolled umbrellas and bury the bits in a bowler. But you're not going to tell anybody, are you?
Why didn't you call round tomorrow and ask me nicely?
Oh, I know your sort. You're only after me money.
I say, Lampoon, or whatever your name is, I don't suppose for a moment you're looking for your wife. But don't bother. She got fed up queuing for your services.
You really are asking for a kick in the crutch, aren't you? Now what are you on about?
Your wife, remember? She's gone. She's taken your car keys from your pocket and left.
You what?
There was no message.
What the bloody hell do you think you're playing at? You hear me? I'm asking you.
Leave me alone.
Leave you alone? I've a bloody good mind to bell you around the houses and back. Why the hell did it run out like that? What did you do with the car? Come back via the stock car track.
Oh, damn your car!
Don't push your luck, Susan.
You can't resist, can you? Why'd you bother taking her into the bedroom? Why didn't you do it there in front of all the guests? You couldn't have humiliated me more.
You suspicious-minded bitch. I went into that room to make a phone call.
But you'll have to do better than that. Are you so contemptuous of me you can't even be bothered to think up a credible lie?
I had a vital call to make to Teddy Soames. I had to make it there, I had to make it then, and I had to make it in private. And if you hadn't been doing your famous impression of a dying duck in a thunderstorm, you'd have been there to find out, wouldn't you?
I did try to find out. The door was locked.
Well, if you were so blazing about it, why didn't you belt the bloody thing down? Come in, make your scene, have your say, get it over and done with.
Yeah, in public.
Oh, no, we can't do that. We're too well mannered, we're too well brought up. You want to fight, all right, but you want it your way. Can't belt me over there with a frying pan. Oh, no. You put the slow poison in. That's the nice way, the genteel way. That's what Abe paid for when he sent to them high and mighty kiss-me-ass boarding schools. Well, he certainly got his bloody money's worth.
And you had your money's worth out of my father. You think you're so smart, so clever. Just look at yourself. You take away the money my father's poured into your business, and where would you be?
Now, watch it, Susan, I'm warning you.
I'll tell you where you'd be. You'd be back where you've come from today. You'd be a cloth-capped yobbo in some squalid little slum in Albert Street.
You're a cow!
That's what you are! You're a cloth-capped yobbo!
So the money has been transferred to my account?
Yes, Mr. Lambton.
Right. Now, ring the bank manager, tell him I shall be withdrawing the lot in cash.
All of it?
All of it.
In cash?
In cash. And tell him I don't want it in tenors, and I don't want it in fivers. I want it in oncers, and the dirtier the better.
Darling, you needn't have gone to all that trouble. I won't charge you rent.
When he comes crawling back, don't let him in.
You won't come back this time, Daddy.
You won't be that lucky. He'll be back all right. What did I tell you? He's back sooner than I'd have thought.
Joe?
Aye, the gutless wonder himself. Where are you going?
It's still his house, Daddy.
Aye, bought with my brass.
I thought you'd be here. Poured her heart out to you, has she? Don't worry, I'll buy you something nice to stop you crying.
Not again. No more, please.
Aye, there's going to be no more. Now listen to me, you stuffed up bag of shoddy. I've got to hand it to you, you know. You're a bloody masterpiece, you are.
You should know, Abe.
You might have broken our Susan's heart, but you're not breaking mine. You've not only ruined your marriage, you've ruined your business and all, from what I hear.
That was fast. Still knowing your love for your brass, Abe, I suppose you've got a walkie-talk linked to your accountant.
Sold out, haven't you? Ratted, eh?
Don't be like that, Abe. You should be proud of me. Got a good price for it.
It was my money went into it, and it's my money you're taking out of it. Mine. Do you hear?
You'll get your stinking money back.
When?
Right now, that's when. There it is, Abe. It's all there. Count it. I said count it! Make sure I haven't robbed. Here's some for you. Save you asking Abe for it.
You got mine or something?
Count it, Abe. Count it. Make sure I haven't robbed you. Here, you help him.
Go on.
Be sure I haven't left you halfpenny short.
Get out. And if you come crawling back again, Lambton, you know what you'll get, don't you?
What will I get, Mr. Brown, sir?
A damn good helping of clog toe pie.
You never want a clog in your life, Abe. But my mum did.